grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem, born here, raised here. A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
Dapper Dan tried to warn everybody about Diddy's mom, and we brushed it off like it was nothing. But now, the whispers flying out of Harlem are too loud to ignore. Word on the street is Janice Combs wasn't just a proud mama cheering from the sidelines. Nah, allegedly, she was the queenpin of chaos, running underground clubs and breaking rules way before Bad Boy was even a dream. And here's the wild part. They say she didn't just raise Diddy, she trained him.
Introduce her to my mom, called Ma Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
I love you.
Love you too. Yeah, my mom's a single. Mom's a single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom. She's single.
Sources are claiming she schooled him on how to finesse, how to control, how to freak, and not in theory either. There's folks saying she was in the room, literally, when some of those infamous freak-offs went down. It's giving mentorship, but make it madness. Remember that hotel hallway video with Cassie? The one that had the whole internet screaming after Diddy was seen laying hands on her? Guess who came running to defend him first? Janice. She was standing firm like he was the one who got hurt. But Harlem insiders are saying she might have known exactly what went down behind those doors, because she allegedly helped build the blueprint. So now we're asking, was Janice Combs just a loyal mother, or the true puppet master behind the curtain?
When she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies other night, the little wild parties, when she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
Because once you peel back the layers, it's looking way deeper than just Diddy acting wild. Way before the feds came knocking, Harlem fashion legend Dapper Dan had already dropped a few gems, without even naming names. When asked about the drama surrounding Puff, Dap didn't rush to defend him, but he didn't trash him either. Instead, he gave us that old-school Harlem truth. Dap said he knew Puff's folks, including Mama Janice, and according to him, none of this is brand new. What we're seeing play out now is just the latest chapter in a twisted saga that's been running for decades. Freaky parties, hidden power moves, dark secrets. It all started way before the first Bad Boy hit the radio. Back in the day, it was all whispers behind velvet curtains and smiles through Versace shades. Now, social media done ripped the mask off.
Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts.
Embattled music mogul Sean Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering a public lynching and a pain too unbearable to put into words.
And when you connect the dots, Dapper Dan's words hit even harder. Because people ain't just saying Janice raised Diddy. They're saying she raised him into the game. There's been heavy talk that Janice Combs exposed her own son to those infamous freak-offs. Yeah, the same events that landed Diddy in legal hot water. NDAs, lawsuits, and victims left traumatized. Some insiders are even claiming she wasn't just a bystander. They say she was an active participant in the madness. Let that sink in. One clip that's been making rounds shows Diddy and Janice sitting together, both getting IV drips.
I love you.
I love you too.
Allegedly just for hydration. But here's where things get disturbing.
He used to cuss his mama out like a sailor, and I told him, and Miss Combs, you would get mad all you want to. You know this is true. That cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old Bad Boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I said, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mom again.
Court docs from multiple lawsuits mention that Diddy's freak-offs were so extreme, guests needed IVs afterwards because they'd be passed out, soaked in sweat, and physically drained. So now everyone's asking, what were they really recovering from? Now, nobody's saying they were fresh out of one of those events, but come on, the timing, the visuals, the whole vibe, real suspicious. And it gets even more unsettling. People have pointed out how overly touchy Diddy gets with his mom on camera. There's actual footage of him kissing her on the lips. Not a quick peck either, full lips. Then he goes on talking about how his mama's single and needs a man at 85 like, bro, what? That's not just odd. It's straight up uncomfortable to watch. Most folks believe Janice used to be a model, right? But Harlem locals are saying that's just smoke and mirrors. The streets say she was actually a madam, allegedly linking up young girls with powerful men behind the scenes. That whole model story? Just a flashy cover. While the world saw sequins and spotlights, deals were being cut in back rooms and girls were getting sent off like merchandise. And guess who was right there soaking up every move? A young, impressionable Diddy. They say she taught him everything. How to manipulate, how to play nice in public while doing dirty behind the scenes, how to lock folks into silence with charm, gifts, and threats. And now it all makes sense, because people been talking. Jaguar Wright straight up said Janice was the real architect, called her the blueprint. And Diddy? Just the student playing out her playbook. Even Mace, who's been beefing with Diddy for years, threw shade in her direction. He said Diddy's been hiding behind his mom this whole time. Like she's the walking vault holding all the darkest secrets. Let's talk about how every single time Diddy gets exposed, one person always jumps out the shadows to defend him. Janice Combs. Like clockwork, remember the Cassie video? The one where Diddy straight up put hands on her in that hotel hallway? The whole internet was shook. Nobody could believe what they saw. But who was one of the first to step up and play defense? Janice. She painted her son like he was some misunderstood little boy, like he was the one getting hurt. Girl, please. We all saw the tape. She did too. And if what insiders are saying is true, she knew exactly what he was capable of.
You gotta realize, man, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too. I think that she liked to party, and she partied with young people. She's always been like that.
But here's where it takes a darker turn that most people don't even want to touch. Because some folks believe Janice wasn't just his protector. She might have been his first victim. Gene Deal, who used to be real close to Puff's inner circle, dropped a serious bomb. He said Kirk Burroughs, an old business partner of Diddy's, told him that Puff was caught cussing out his own mom. But it didn't stop there. Gene claims Diddy allegedly slapped Janice. Yeah, slapped his own mother. The same woman he kisses on the lips. The same one he's always calling a queen in every interview. Something just ain't adding up. Some folks believe Janice Combs might not even be Diddy's biological mother at all. That's right, there's a whole theory going around that the real Janice died a long time ago. And the woman we've seen by his side all these years might actually be his aunt. Why cover that up? Diddy's biological father, Melvin Combs, wasn't just some street guy. Multiple sources claim he was a full-blown government informant, a fed, a snitch. Harlem knew it. Jaguar Wright said he was knee-deep in dirty ops, snitching, and political favors. And people been calling Diddy a fed too. Kanye even said it on camera. And honestly, the internet didn't even blink. Now take a step back and really look at how Diddy moves. Always sliding through scandals untouched. Always knowing exactly who to throw under the bus at just the right moment. It's got people saying, like father, like son. But when you follow the shadows deeper, this turns into a full-blown Harlem horror story. Old heads say Puff's childhood was chaotic. Rumors say people walked in on full-grown men, naked women, and little Diddy just sitting there.
The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether.
Watching, absorbing, and the adults? Some say Janice was right there, not just looking the other way, but joining in. From freak-offs and IVs to kissing on the lips and touchy moments, it all paints a disturbing picture. Gene Deal even claimed Janice was out here flirting with bodyguards at those events. Not quietly either. Bold with it. So now we're looking at a woman who was allegedly a madam, possibly not his real mother. Maybe the one who groomed him into this whole twisted lifestyle, and then tried to get with his team like it was just part of the show. Back in a 1999 Vibe interview, Diddy casually dropped that he lost his innocence at just 12 years old. He even joked that he'd already started exploring things at 11. And the interview said J-Lo was just there, watching adult content in the background like it was all normal. It's not. That's not growth. That's trauma dressed up as a personality trait. And if the whispers are true, Janice knew all about it. She might have been the one guiding it. One source from the making of a Bad Boy docuseries said Diddy insisted on using red lighting at his parties.
Time with the studio or any rooms is red, is making love. Some of the ones who went in the rooms, for sure, they were their age.
But why you believe she knew about the Fricos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there.
That dark, sultry glow? They said he picked that up from Janice, too. She was the vibe master, but not the wholesome kind. Let's not forget about Clive Davis, either. He allegedly had ties to Melvin Combs before he died. Then Diddy ends up under Clive's wing right after? That's not a coincidence. That's grooming. Allegedly. Some say Puff had to go through rituals to secure his spot, and guess who was allegedly guiding the whole process? Janice. So when you stack it all up, a child exposed too young, a confusing family tree, high-level industry players pulling strings, and a mother figure who might have been orchestrating all of it, it's not just dysfunction, it's design. And now, in the present day, Diddy's trial is rolling into week 2. The feds are closing in, bodyguards are testifying, exes are speaking, victims are breaking silence. Court docs stacking higher than ever. And here's the kicker. Janice might be right in the middle of it. Allegedly, she's helping her son hide money. Word is, some of Diddy's assets and properties are in her name, which means she's not just the mother. She might be part of the operation, and the feds don't play when it comes to money. If Janice helped Diddy stash funds or protect property, she could be named a person of interest. Fast. Because let's keep it all the way real. Diddy's wild behavior didn't just show up overnight. The freaky stuff, the control games, the manipulation, that kind of darkness don't come from nowhere. It's taught, it's modeled, it's passed down like a family recipe, just way more twisted. And if these whispers are true, then Janice wasn't just standing by. She was the one who laced up his boots and showed him how to walk this path. But now we gotta ask the real question. What do y'all think? Is Janice just a ride-or-die mama who stood by her son no matter what? Or is she the real mastermind behind the madness? The one pulling strings in the shadows this whole time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she was protecting her son? Or grooming him for the life he's living now? Is she just caught in the fallout? Or has she been orchestrating it all from day one? I want to hear it all. And if you're locked in like we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. Because with the way this trial is unfolding, you already know the next reveal is going to be even crazier. Stay tuned.